Hello everybody, and welcome to this first program of monthly program of Punjab Angels Network. Thank you Dheeraj for the kind words. Today I will be talking about the communities. Why we are here, when we are sitting here, what is the objective we will discuss. It's not working. No.
Received 781
We have
rupees
to
on Google Pay
go
for
back.
business.
We have to go back.
Yeah, you agree. It happens. Technology. Wait, let me.
You can just read from the first.
Yeah, not right. That's it one by one.
So, role of communities. What we think is the role of communities in businesses? Can anybody tell me? Often we make mistakes, and these mistakes what we make are expensive, isn't it? So what are these mistakes basically? These are the trials and errors what we do in our business, in our startups, in our entrepreneurship journey. So whatever these trials and errors we do, they are expensive for us or not? They take our time, they take our efforts, they take our energy, they take our money, they take relations, right? So these mistakes, can we avoid these mistakes? By startups, businesses, how we can avoid these mistakes? Usually through knowledge, through learning, through upgrading. So all these mistakes we can avoid through knowledge, learning and upgrading. But the biggest challenge with everyone is how we usually learn. How kids learn. बच्चे कैसे सीखते हैं? How kids learn? By teachers? Observing. Because when they sit around with other kids, then they learn more. अभी आपने देखा होगा when kids they don't eat something, what they do? If they are sitting with someone and the stuff which they don't like to eat, and they sit with someone and they will try to eat that because the other person is eating, the other kid is eating, right? So kids learn through the environment with other kids around. Similarly, how adults learn? How adults learn? कैसे सीखते हैं? Do we learn? By mistakes. Okay, that is one of the methods. What else?
By experimenting.
By experimenting, that is trial and error. Again, by mistakes.
Knowledge sharing.
Knowledge sharing. Are we open to take that knowledge? Usually adults are open to take that knowledge from someone. किसी से हम knowledge लेते हैं? No. So adults के लिए learning के लिए communities हैं. When we sit in communities, when we sit in like-minded people with the like-minded approach, right? Then only we learn. Otherwise, if we go to a training sessions, if we go to learning sessions, we usually don't learn, right? When we sit around with the like-minded people, then only we learn, isn't it? Experienced adults, वो कैसे सीखते हैं? The biggest problem, the experienced adults, Do the experienced adults lead learning? Everybody needs learning, right? And usually the learning is through the content consumption. But when we are sitting with like-minded people, अगर वो सेम लोग होंगे, सेम एक जैसा हमारा कम्युनिटी होगा, वहां पे we will learn more, isn't it? So, I'm not able to see this.
I'll give you a mic.
I think
Yeah.
Hello. So, when we have to learn, so people in communities, people inspire us. When the people around us are doing something, so they inspire us. और people train us. हमें दो तरीके के लोग मिलते हैं हमेशा. कैसे? वन, जो हमें इंस्पायर करेंगे, और दूसरे जो हमें ड्रेन करेंगे. हमें ज्यादा लोग कौन से मिलते हैं? सेकेंड वन. वाई? Why we get the second kind of people more?
Because we generally focus on them.
No, because we are not the part of the right communities wherein you have the like-minded people who have the similar interests. अगर हम similar interest वाले लोगों के साथ बैठेंगे ज्यादा, so then what will happen? What will happen? They will drain us more. They will inspire us more. But when we are sitting with, or when we are around the people who are actually not from the same domain, they are not from the same interested fields, or they are not like-minded, then what happens? They will drain you, right? So people, it's very important for anyone's growth कि you should be inspired on day-to-day basis, isn't it? हर रोज हमें मोटिवेशन चाहिए होता है. सेल्फ मोटिवेशन वो कैसे आता है? अगर आप ऐसे लोगों के अराउंड रहेंगे, या ऐसे लोग आपके अराउंड होंगे जो कि सिमिलर इंटरेस्ट एंड सिमिलर थॉट प्रोसेस के होंगे, राइट? चूज वाइजली whom you surround yourself with. This is very important. आज की डेट में whatever we do, उसमें बहुत सारा हाथ हमारे आसपास के लोगों का होता है या नहीं? राइट? सो चूज वाइजली कि व्हाट काइंड ऑफ पीपल यू वांट टू सराउंड योरसेल्फ. Communities are actually the people with common interest. That's why they are called communities, right? So what is the role of communities? Being a part of community can help you get knowledge of the same subject what you are interested in. अगर हम community में similar interest के लोगों के साथ बैठेंगे तो हमें knowledge किस चीज की मिलेगी? Same subject की. Otherwise, mentors and guides in the communities, what we get is something you may not be good at, but somebody else is. होता है? We are not good in something, but somebody from the community is good in something. So you can get the advice or help of that person, right? So you will get mentors and guides, insights and connections, inspiration and motivation, investors, resources and support, environment to excel. अगर आप right community का part होते हैं, so what you get? You get all these things, right? How strong communities are built? Conviction. पहले हमें विश्वास होना चाहिए अपने आप पे. The people we are sitting around with, उन पे, right? Then contribution. Community is not something wherein you can expect only. Community is something wherein you need to contribute also, right? So communities are not built just with the thought process of what I will get. It is what I am going to give it to the community also. commitment, consistency. There has to be a consistency in the community. ऐसा नहीं है कि आज मिल रहे हैं, 6 महीने बाद मिल रहे हैं, साल बाद मिल रहे हैं. अगर कम्युनिटी में you might have seen various associations and organizations, right? Why they meet on regular basis? Because when they meet on regular basis, the agendas, the objectives and various other things can be discussed. अगर वो बहुत ही frequent नहीं मिलेंगे तो क्या होगा? There will be gaps, right? So there is this one video which I want to show. If you can, Dheeraj, play this.
It's a beautiful video.
I think many of you might have seen it, but today's context will be little different. So I think that will be good.
If you've learned a lot about leadership and making a movement, then let's watch a movement happen start to finish in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons. First of all, if you've learned a lot about leadership and making a
So have you seen this
then let's
video
watch a
first
movement
earlier?
happen start to
How many
finish
people
in
have seen
under
this?
3 minutes and dissect some lessons. First, of course, a leader needs the guts to stand alone and look ridiculous. But what he's doing is so simple, it's almost instructional. This is key. You must be easy to follow. Now here comes the first follower with a crucial role. He publicly shows everyone else how to follow. Notice how the leader embraces him as an equal. So it's not about the leader anymore, it's about them, plural. Notice how he's calling to his friends to join in. It takes guts to be a first follower. You stand out, you brave ridicule yourself. Being a first follower is an underappreciated form of leadership. The first follower transforms a lone nut into a leader. If the leader is the flint, the first follower is the spark that really makes the fire. Now here's the second follower. This is a turning point. It's proof the first has done well. Now it's not a lone nut and it's not 2 nuts. 3 is a crowd and a crowd is news. A movement must be public. Make sure outsiders see more than just the leader. Everyone needs to see the followers because new followers emulate followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, then 3 more immediately. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point and now we have a movement. As more people jump in, it's no longer risky. If they were on the fence before, there's no reason not to join in now. They won't stand out, they won't be ridiculed, and they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. And over the next minute, you'll see the rest who prefer to stay part of the crowd, because eventually they'd be ridiculed for not joining. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how a movement is made. So let's recap what we've learned. If you are a version of the shirtless dancing guy, all alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals, making everything clearly about the movement, not you. Be public, be easy to follow. But the biggest lesson here, did you catch it? Leadership is over-glorified. Yes, it started with the shirtless guy, and he'll get all the credit, but you saw what really happened. It was the first follower that transformed a lone nut into a leader. There's no movement without the first follower. See, we're told that we all need to be leaders, but that would be really ineffective. The best way to make a movement, if you really care, is to courageously follow and show others how to follow. When you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first person to stand up and join in.
So how many people have seen this video earlier? Who else? So I just want to relate this video to Sahil. I want to dedicate this video to Sahil, actually. Right? How many people know Sahil who are sitting here, who know Sahil well? Right? Since when he is doing what he is doing about PAN? So many people has thought this will happen, this will not happen, how it will happen, right? So, but he was consistent. He was consistently making his efforts, making his moves, right? The reason was very simple. He wanted to make a community. He wanted to make a community. He wanted to make that ecosystem that can work for startups, that can work for MSMEs, that can work for people, the businesses around, right? That has taken lot of time. Now I think the time has come wherein the PAN has the recognition. The PAN is moving very fast from last couple of months, and the next we are going to play a very important role in strengthening this ecosystem. Just back. Yeah. So next, so this is all about community. We are creating a community. We are creating an ecosystem wherein there will be investors, resources, startups, incubators, colleges. Everybody will be part of this community. There will be one stop shop wherein you will find everything, right? So that ecosystem is very important for the market right now, isn't it? So anybody who wants to join this community, who wants to be part of PAN, anyways, whatever you want from PAN and whatever you can contribute to PAN, you can just go on this link and register there. You can select which field you are from and you can contribute to the community, right? Thank you very much.